Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and yes, today we got another episode of the Salty Batch Files, and boy can I tell you, in between the Sony business reports and the state of play, we have a ton of salty fanboys out there, and so much content. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright, so like I was saying, what we're going to do is go over these salty examples on the Salty Batch Files here. And there's just so much content, like I just mentioned, right? There's so much content from these guys right now between the Sony business reports and, of course, the state of play that essentially I have so much content I can't even fit it into 2 episodes, but I don't want to oversaturate the Salty Batch Files. I don't want to do anything like that or increase your sodium intake, if you will. But let's start off. Let's keep going here right now. But just wanted to let you know there's just going to be lots of dripping stuff going. But Gaz here, boy, Gaz and Colt, they've been on one recently, and they think they're on something. I don't know what, but here we are. LOL better be the best 30 minutes ever in regards to PlayStation announcing their state of play. It better be the best 30 minutes ever. Why? Coming from you? What has Xbox ever offered that's been the best 30 minutes ever? We're still waiting over 10 years for anything worth a crap to come out of the Xbox camp. Just a quick hindsight there. You're probably one of the last to speak in regards to it better be the best ever. Are we in reality here? I don't think we are. So let's continue on here, because it doesn't end there, folks. Of course not. So, as you know, the shills be shilling. They get paid to go and do this and that. And Colt Eastwood making his way over there for the Xbox Showcase event, which is fine, right? All that good stuff. But, of course, you got to have that obligatory picture between Gaz and Colt themselves. And it's okay that Colt is a continuous liar. This is what it is, right? We just want to state, like King's logic here. Damn, imagine being happy about meeting a fraud who has been exposed several times. Definitely can see why people make fun of you bots now. LOL, no integrity whatsoever. It's true. I mean, there's zero integrity. There's nothing to stand behind anything that's said, right? You clearly associate yourself in the circle of people, Gaz, and that's just the way it is. You can try to blame the content that I do. You can say it's not up to snuff, it's not the best edited, this and that. I have a full-time job, I have a family, I have stuff that I have to do. I'm not alone. It's not just me in the picture where I have all this time on my hands to edit like you do. You do a great job editing. I will give you that 100%, so good job. However, when you associate yourself with idiots like this that are complete frauds and chills, you get what's kind of, thrown your way a little bit, right? Let's keep going, because Colt Eastwood had to reply as well, because, the dude blocked me first, so of course I block in return, but he does love to talk behind those blocks, as you can see here. Imagine being salty while he sits at home as per usual and watches the state of play while we hang out with our friends. Damn right I sit at home and watch the events. I enjoy doing that on my nice big TV in my nice comfort of my own home, along with my wife, who does enjoy gaming, who does like to partake in that stuff, as well as my own son here. We're both into it. We're both major gamers. That is my initial family. That is my inner circle right now. And yes, I do have friends, and we were texting a little bit back and forth as that went on. However, don't know what you're trying to prove here, buddy, because I feel like I kind of have it better off. I'd rather have a wife, a family, a son, and all that stuff that's super into the gaming like I am. But to each their own. Not quite the burn you thought it was going to be there, but just wanted to share that here. Now, let's shift our focus for a minute here over to journalism. All right? We all might know Paul Tassi. Paul Tassi's from a certain journalist area here. And he quotes, in quote, "Have you enjoyed playing this game on PC? How would you like to play the next one by spending $500 on a piece of hardware that's worse than what you just played it on. In regards to like what Tom Warren is stating here, and we'll get to Tom Warren again in a moment, but Herman Holst, soon to be co-CEO of Sony's PlayStation business, addresses day one PC releases. Live service games will come day and date on PS5 and PC, but single-player narrative games on PC are designed to then entice PC owners to play sequels and so on and so forth on the PlayStation platform. So Paul's a little upset here with the fact that he doesn't agree with that. He's upset that PlayStation is still valuing the ecosystem and what it means to have exclusives to that ecosystem. Said exclusives, high quality exclusives equals more sales, equals a more loyal fan base. I know they can't understand that, they can't wrap their small pea brains around that, but here we are. Very upset about that, Paul. Way to show your non-biasness, as per usual, in the journalism field. This again is why you get tomatoes and shit thrown your way. Simple as that. Let's keep going, folks. We're not done there. Another journalist, Jez, as you can see here, they're just hurting their sales by not utilizing the marketing push to its full potential. They'll backtrack on this too eventually, like the rest of it. And again, regards to not announcing day and date PlayStation first-party single-player games. You don't know what you're talking about, as you've shown multiple times, Jez. They are not hurting their sales. They're doing just fine. PC fanboys are first and foremost want to be on the front end to state that we don't need those day one. We can wait. It's not a big deal. We can wait. But then it's okay. It's not okay because now they're upset that they're not day and date. So pick a lane, stay in it. Is it okay that you guys can wait because you've been so patient? You're the most patient folks out there, right? You can wait for those games to drop 1 to 2+ years later. Or do you need those day and date? Let me know. And I know Jez isn't a PC elitist. He's more of an Xbox guy, but in regards to the PC side, we'll possibly get to that here. But let's keep going. So finally, Tom Warren, of course, has to throw in his salt as well. Be right back. Trading in my RTX 4090 PC for a PS5 Pro so I can play The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. Okay, sure thing, buddy. So again, it's already been data found that not every PC player is up to snuff with an RTX 4090. That's just not the case. The data is out there. Go look it up. Simple to find. Second of all, the games is what sells the platform and ecosystem. They're not asking you to take a hit powerhouse-wise. They're stating exclusives matter and exclusives draw you to said ecosystem. Simple as that, but Tom Warren upset again that it's not day and date, so trying to push back on that. But again, as we've seen from the Sony business reports, this is what all this is coming from. They're doing super well in the gaming division. They're doing extremely well, the best they've ever done in years, ever since ever. They are doing fantastic. Look it up, the stats are there. A lot of fanboys will try to state otherwise. Don't let the misinformation and FUD fool you. I'm not going to lie to you. If they were doing bad, I would announce. They are not doing so well. They probably need to shift focus, whatever the case is. I like to live in reality here, but I'm just posting facts and showing this nonsense here. But again, Tom Warren doesn't have that much integrity, just like most of the other journalists out there, it seems. But, or at least the Xbox biased journalists there, it seems. There are some good ones out there, I do admit, so this isn't encompassing every journalist out there, just unfortunately has to be a large portion of them. Now, on to the Flat Earther post-up. I've been calling day and date on the PC for PlayStation for a while now, and was made fun of by the PlayStation community. 5 years or so ago, I stated that the gaming landscape in the next 5 or 10 years would force Microsoft and Sony to change their strategy, and here we are. So much for laughing and making fun of me and believing the traditional model would prevail over everything. So, I know you're probably thinking the same thing. What is he talking about? Didn't we just get the announcement? This is hot off the heels of the announcement of everything that was given in the PlayStation business report in the little mini conference they had. Single player, first party Sony games like Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Horizon, and on and on and on are at this time still not going day and date with PC. In the future, is that a possibility? Absolutely could be a possibility. I'm not a future teller. At this point in time, the sales and everything are doing fantastic. It's not in the near future that this is happening. Games as a service, like Helldivers 2, like Concord, like Marathon, any of that sort of stuff, yes, is going to go day and date on PC. That's a given. That's been stated. That's duh, right? Single player stuff is not being alluded to at this point in time. They make plenty of money by releasing it 1 to 2 years plus later on the PC platform, whether it be God of War, whether it be whatever, even though PC folks are up in arms about creating a PSN account, so that's another battle for them. I own a PlayStation. Don't know what to tell them. Don't know what to tell them. And I understand PSN is not available in all countries. I do, not know the answer to what to do there. You can't half make people sign up for an account and then the other half, because they don't have it, not sign up for an account. If it's preemptively told ahead of time, I don't know what to say there. I'll let you all argue amongst yourselves there on that one. I'm not going to fight that battle again. Already a lot of the PC elitists like to come over and get all upset about that. That's for another video and another time again. However, post up, just not making any sense. Again, loves to spread that misinformation, and there you go. But speaking of PC, and we're going to get a lot of Alex the next video as well, but here's a small preview, a small example, because he lost his crap recently in regards to PlayStation not having its first-party single-player games coming out. So Alex, PC customers will move from PC to console. He puts in the quotes from Herman Holst or whatever. They haven't learned a single thing, and it's the funniest shit ever. What are they trying to learn? Where are they hurting, Alex? Where are they hurting? That's what I want to know. I'm sure you'll come up with some bullshit answer out of your ass, but where are they hurting? We literally seen the conference. They're doing more than fine. They're doing more than fine with what they're doing. They do not need to do it. You have a little rebuttal that it's like, no, I didn't say day and date right now. I didn't say it right now. A, keep your shirt on. There's kids watching. Second, what are you talking about? You're so upset that you were wrong yet again, and again, and again, and again, but you're not wrong. Out of your mouth, out of the words of your mouth, you're not ever wrong. A lot of people went after you this week. They proved you wrong. You still live in your bubble. You have your community protect you, but you were wrong. You continue to be wrong, and I find it to be the funniest shit ever. End quote. Let's keep going here. Kareem. This is going to be our final example here. It's been a minute since we had Kareem back here, but here we are, more delusion at its finest. Kareem stating PS1, 102 million. This is all in regards to sales, by the way. PS2, 160 million. PS3 and the PSP, 168 million. PS4, PS Vita, 132 million. PS5 and PS Portal, 61 million. Now, first and foremost, I do want to state, I don't know where he's pulling these numbers from, if they're out of his ass or whatever the case is. I don't know. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. And he's a pretty short guy, pretty light guy. I could probably throw him pretty far, but still not enough to where I would trust him. That being said, grain of salt there with those numbers. Plus, they like to think that the PS Portal was a combination console. It's now been moved to the accessory accountability sales column, just an FYI. I gotta give it to Sony for still believing in their console and keeping it alive. Sad truth is a PlayStation console is dying out, as with the Xbox console. Will they be able to turn it around, or will PC console hybrid take over? Well, again, just as delusional as Alex, right? PlayStation is dying. Again, from the conference we just seen, and this was created right around there, right after it. What is he talking about? He has no idea what he's talking about. Just because the Xbox's hardware as a console is dying and is literally on life support at this point in time, as far as the shift in direction that they need to do and the changes they need to go with. Game Pass sales are stagnant, subscriptions are stagnant. We'll see what happens with Call of Duty, what that does, but they're basically on life support. as far as being relevant for hardware. They've transitioned so much, you know, into Game Pass, as we all know, as I've gone over multiple times in previous videos. Why are you grouping PlayStation in with Xbox as far as a hardware when PlayStation is clearly succeeding where it needs to and doing more than fine? The only thing that's going to beat PlayStation is when Switch 2 comes out. The Switch 1 already decimated PlayStation in a lot of ways, and it's a hybrid handheld console, but it's not going to be a hybrid PC console. The Switch 2 won't, and it's still going to sell like hotcakes. That's just the fact of the matter. But yes, let's group in PlayStation with Xbox, because if Xbox is failing in certain areas, in many areas, then PlayStation must as well. What are they going to do? PlayStation's in turmoil. Please, give me a break. Go check out Colin Moriarty's last, podcast. Go check out his channel. He tells you all the data you need to know. He's good at dropping that. He's good about putting his end on things as well. He has all the facts there as well. This is another smart individual, and he's not the only one, but there's a lot of other smart individuals. But you have these idiots spreading FUD and grifting like crazy. Absolutely bonkers to me, but again, this is just a small taste. We have another video coming in a couple days here for you guys. Like I said, it's so much solid it can't even be contained. I cannot contain it all. We'd be here all day, every day. There would be 15 videos a week. That's how much content I get. I know Alex likes to step out there and say, "Oh, fanboys, give me a day off." Man, if you think PlayStation fanboys can be a little weird and do what they do in regards to the content, and you like to use my content of facts, but, you know, do what you got to do. That's where I find it funny, because all I do is state factual stuff. I'm not pulling shit out of my ass here like they are, but here we are. That being said, imagine covering Xbox content and the Salt content that we're going over now. Again, this is the most ever. It's overflowing. It's the highest I've ever seen it, because Xbox is doing this, PlayStation's doing this. I wouldn't say straight up, but they're doing this. Xbox, PlayStation. The salt's real. And the PC elitists out there are not too happy about not having day-and-date PlayStation games. What does that say about PlayStation and the necessary exclusives there? Just saying. That being said, folks, we'll go ahead and wrap up the video here. I appreciate it. If you stayed through the entirety of the video, thank you so much. Of course, every like and comment, would love to hear from you. Those things do help the algorithm, so thank you so much. If you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing. Helps out a small content creator like myself. And of course, as always, just remember, don't be a salty batch. And we'll see y'all next time on the next Xvault Gaming video. And until then, take care.